Okay, so just finished. Whoa, Strong World One Piece. You might notice audio sound mixing is different because I'm too lazy to do editing and stuff right now. There will be a little bit of it, but it's late at night, and if I just hear myself talking, I'll go insane. So I need music while recording. So I apologize for the sound. And my look, because I look like I just woke up and came out of a war. It's the opposite, no war, and it's like 11 at night, so... And I just watched Strong World. Now, Strong World is the latest release by Funimation. Not true. Actually, the latest release was Voyage 4 Season 5, but this is the latest movie. This is movie 10, 9, 8, 10, and that's the insert. I flipped it out because it's the exact same as this, and I'd rather see this badassness. And here's one of the iffy things about this release. Boom! The discs are the exact same. There is a just DVD version, and there's Blu-ray DVD version. Get the Blu-ray DVD because they're the same price. So yeah. Now, if you don't know, and if you're new to this kind of style of review, these are more vlog talking about things I watch than normal. So if you're new and you don't understand how my style of this is, I apologize. And I apologize for this. So yes. So to start off, One Piece Strong World is a filler film. But it was looked over by Oda. I'm not sure if Oda 100% wrote it, but I know he looked over it and he let things be instead of other filler movies and things like Dragon Ball, but that's something else. Basically, it takes place some point after they get Brook onto the team. If you don't know, Brook is the 8th, I think, Straw Hat. That could be wrong, 8th or 9th, but he's the latest Straw Hat that is still to this date of when you're watching this video. So, yes, and the great thing about that, it is the first time we hear Brook with an English voice. If you don't know, I watch my One Piece in dub, so this is kind of a big deal. Only thing is, I'm not a huge fan of the voice at this moment in time. But at first, I didn't like Frankie's voice when I first heard it. So I'm going to have to give this some time and kind of, I guess, give it that feel, I guess. I don't know. But the story is pretty much, it's random. But it takes a lot of elements from Skypiea, which was one of my favorite arcs. And near the end, turns into Gurren Lagann. We'll get to that whole shindig in a second. It starts off, basically, we meet a new pirate crew like we always do. And it's a new guy with a new devil fruit power, but his devil fruit power is whatever he touches, he can make float. And he uses it to different advantages. He can make islands float, he can make little things float, he makes his own ship fly. But he can't make humans float. I'm not quite sure why he can't. It wasn't really he can make himself float, but he can't make other humans float. I guess it was just to fix some plot things. But he invites the Straw Hat Pirates to come with him to this island thing because he is going to bring them to the East Blue because there's been reports of different sections of the waters being attacked and destroyed mysteriously by things. But it's not really explained 100% well. Or I wasn't paying attention. But different places are getting destroyed, and they're afraid that the East Blue will be destroyed. And one of the main plots is it's kind of glanced over that I think Usopp's place might be in trouble. But yes, so they join this pirate guy, and he takes them to his islands in the sky, which is like, it looks like it's straight from Avatar. Not the Airbender, but the other one, the Pocahontas one. And he, of course, is like, well, I lied. And he takes Nami, because Nami is really good at her navigating and seeing storms coming. And he could have actually gotten in trouble and flown into a cyclone if it wasn't for their help. So he takes Nami, the expert navigator, and throws the rest of the pirates and scatters them all over the different islands. Now, when I mean throw and scatter, I mean, here's the ship, I'm gonna make it float and smack the One Piece pirates through the air. And it was insane. So they all get split up. It's usually parties of 2 to 3. And, you know, it's normal One Piece fanfare where it's like, oh, we have to find each other because we're friends and we need to save our other friend. Like Skypiea, how they all got split up. Every arc they get split up. Come on, guys, get it together. But they should have cell snails as cell phones, because you'd be like, yo, I'm at this place. Oh, okay, yo, Luffy, I'll be there in a second, kind of deal. But whatever. And that's pretty much where the adventure starts. And without saying too much more, of course, the One Piece pirates fight back to get Nami, and they do, but of course there's always issues, like, you know, there's this tree that has poison that stops creatures from passing certain areas, and it's to protect certain towns, and of course the evil pirate man, who is the king of, like, the White Lions or whatever, is going to destroy the tree so all the creatures can come and kill everybody, and he's going to take his island and all the creatures and stuff that he's been mutantly generating, changing them, and send them to different places like the East Blue to destroy other places. While doing all this, he's also gaining all these other high pirates that we don't really know, but they're just other pirates, to his pirate crew legion to be on his side. This movie jumped to so many different things, like, we need to tell you all this crazy stuff. And naturally, in the end of the film, Luffy, there's a Luffy fight, he does Gear 3, and we actually get to see it, because from the box set, last box that I saw, we know he did Gear 3, but we didn't see it, and then he turned small, and we didn't know what the hell happened. This, we see him use Gear 3. And he does something great. And of course, the day is saved, everyone's good, and they go home and on their way. Now, that is my just saying the story and stuff. This is where we're gonna get to other things. Animation. The best One Piece has looked. Blu-ray. This is the second Blu-ray of One Piece that was ever been made. The last Blu-ray was Desert Princess Movie 8. Had a Blu-ray. It's out there, you can grab it, you know, whatever. The best it's ever looked. I can't really say any more than that. I think one of my bigger issues with the movie was the soundtrack. The soundtrack, there wasn't anything rememberable from the soundtrack. They didn't reuse songs. I'll give them that. They didn't reuse songs from the show, but they didn't write things like that were like, man, that movie had this and that soundtrack. You know how most movies should? Like, you know, maybe a crazy guitar riff, or like something out of the ordinary. When you hear it, you're like, this is the movie experience. None of that. The soundtrack was very meh, in my opinion. You know. And we also have Brooke, which I'm not feeling the voice so far. But I also wasn't feeling Frankie when I first heard him, and now he's like one of the best voice actors on One Piece. But Brooke's voice, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. It's just not, I just gotta click something there. I'm just not feeling the voice. I don't know. I think I'm just being a prick. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when he's actually in the show eventually. Okay. The ending. If you don't want to be spoiled the end fight, click off now. But honestly, it's... Luffy kicks Dode's ass, you know. I want to talk about the animation of that end scene. So, remember how I mentioned the Gurren Lagann moment of this stupid movie? So the scene is basically Luffy fighting the White Lion guy. The Golden Lion, Shiki, and he does third gear. Third gear, it seems like he can like have air enter a certain spot of his body, but it'd be like rock solid. I still don't understand the whole third gear yet, but I will when I watch more with the latest box set that just came out, hopefully. The whole scene has that like crazy Trigger Animation, like Trigger, they also were known as Gainax. The people from Gainax who left and made Trigger, they made Gurren Lagann. I know it's not how you pronounce Gurren Lagann, but that's how I pronounce Gurren Lagann. Penny Stocking, Kill la Kill. You know, that crazy kind of like really stenchily drawn. Some people call it just lazy, but it looks amazing. Come on, Penny Stocking. It looks great. The whole end couple minutes where we see like the big final attack of Luffy and Shiki, whatever his name is. I'm probably saying it wrong, but I'm sorry. Is drawn like that. It looks like Studio Trigger came over to Toei and went, "We're gonna draw this for you, and you're going to accept it," because it's like this giant foot coming down on the dude, and it's all like drawn like that crazy thing, and his face is the whole Spiral King thing from Gurren Lagann, and there's a line in there like, "Who the hell do you think you are?" And it's like, what the fuck? It's so cool. It's so cool. And yeah, the whole Skypiea references, they go, "Oh look, it's a shell thing, one of those, I forget what they're called, but the shells that you can like put a message in or put air in, those things." One of them appear in it. The guy's flying the floating islands. There's people that they meet on the island who have like feathers, and they're like kind of bird-ish people, which is kind of similar in the Skypiea. The way the bad guy was ended was not really similar, but it's been... I'm gonna say this. It is one of the darkest kills in One Piece ever. It's not fully shown, but the impact of the scene, if you really think about it, is so dark, and it's so good. I'm gonna explain it. If you haven't seen the movie, do not watch the rest of this, because this is more spoiler. Well, it's not really a spoiler, but if you want to experience it on your own, then don't watch this. Go watch the movie. 10 out of 10. Well, it's not 10 out of 10. I can't say that because soundtrack, certain things bugged me. It's good. I'm not even going to give it a number. It's good. Go. There's a scene. Luffy finally does his mega attack that looks like Gurren Lagann, whatever. Tengen Toppa. Sorry, I'm excited. Attack of the giant foot hits him, and we see him falling. And we get this outer shot of him falling towards water. Now remember, he's making these islands float. While he's falling, we get the assumption that he'll hit the water in a minute, kind of idea. And while that's happening, we have the camera pan over, and about a minute later, the islands start falling. Everything that was floating is falling. Which means he's dead, because his power isn't still working. So everything's falling. And I'm like, that's so dark. Because that's the first time I feel like, well, from what I've seen of One Piece, which is only 300 episodes, might I add, a true kill. And how it was shot and done was, like, dark. And it was really cool. Oh, I look like shit. I apologize. But, yeah, so I watched that, the movie. And there is a 20-minute behind the scenes of the voice of Brook, which is pretty much an extended version of the trailer that we saw for Brook that came out a while back, really. So that's nice to see. There's like trailers on there. I didn't watch them. The Blu-ray looks nice, but if there's a reason for pricing that you don't want to spend more on the Blu-ray DVD combo, or there's you think DVD would be more convenient and you're not going to use a Blu-ray, or you just don't have a Blu-ray, I think the DVD will be fine, because the DVDs for One Piece have always looked great. The Blu-ray looks nice, but I don't have a TV. Like, I have a good TV, but not a TV that would, I think, really show the power of the 1080p. So, for me, it looked great, but I think the DVD would look great too. And I recommend seeing this movie. Most people, I think, seen it already. I haven't. This is the first viewing. That's why I'm so out there. And yeah, I apologize for wasting your guys' time in my vlog review thing. If you like it, comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me if you've seen the movie. You have seen the movie. Tell me. And is there any other movie, One Piece movie, that you want them to bring down here? Because I know there's a bunch of them, they just haven't brought them down here. So yeah, go support the show. If you want more of the show, Season 6 to come, and you want more movies to come, buy the stupid thing. Don't pirate it. I know it's a pirate show, but come on, guys. Come on. And yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. And I apologize for wasting your time.